This is another Booze Team Man. Andy Martin, Matty Burgess, Jarrett Walsh. Of course, we are the best Team Men boys, but we do a little side dish called the Booze Team Man, where we sit back, relax, enjoy a beverage. We talk about the beverage. We might even talk about a few stories or two that are, how do you say, rated explicit on Apple Podcasts.
And you won't find them on Best Team Men either.
No, absolutely not. So, hey boys, how you doing?
Yeah, good. We've got a nice drink to get through today.
Oh, it's like I'm holding an AFL player.
Yeah, this is called Prison Bar Ale. It's from Pirate Life from the Port Adelaide Footy Club. Let's open it up.
I like the matte black. That's sick.
I was going to make a joke about, but I won't.
Go on.
Disrespectful. No,
tell us the joke, mate.
Really looking forward to drinking this Collingwood beer.
Okay, now tell us the joke.
No, that's right, guys. I don't won't have the cheers, so that's all right.
So this has been, now, my quick recommendation is smell it first.
Okay.
It actually smells beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And Pirate Life, I find, is quite a heavy kind of beer, but this one is really easy to drink. I love it. Limited edition. The Port Adelaide Footy Club, I think, are amazing in the way that they innovate stuff with their marketing and their products. So they've got their 150th anniversary one. They've got the Port Lager, and this is really nice.
So in the realm of ale, what being prison bar, that's not a proper term, right? So what would be the sort of, where would you be thinking with other beers here? Like, is it
What do you mean?
a session ale? You have the that sort of thing.
Well, I think it feels like it's closer to a lager.
It's pretty light.
Yeah, it's 4.5% alcohol, so it means it's pretty heavy.
It's like a kilo of feathers. What's heavier, a kilo weight or a kilo of feathers, guys?
I wanted to say quickly, I did this podcast the other night with the guys from the Portress podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And they're a group of supporters.
Literally used to talk about Port Adelaide footy.
Yeah, they're a group of supporters, and it was good. Like, we've been trying to tee this up for a while, and I got to know some of them in Shanghai because one of them bailed me up, and he's like, "Now listen, mate, we do the
Ni hao."
Because I was doing a podcast with Nova with the Port Footy Club called The Peel, and he's like, "Mate, we've got a group called The Peer, so you've kind of stolen our name." And I'm like in the middle of Shanghai going, "All right, mate, I'm sorry."
I'm currently on air in the Oval on the AFL.
Yeah, and I'm Lyndon.
in air on the AFL.
So I don't know. I did this podcast and
4.7% goes straight in the head, boys.
I
We should have shotgunned them.
Yeah.
Oh,
we still can.
I originally thought it was going to be a 20-minute, so we recorded at 8 o'clock at night. Didn't realise it was a live podcast, so I'm like at 7:30. Boys, I'm good to go. At 7:30, I've got all my port gear on.
Yeah.
Then they're like, "Now, Jared, we don't use video because it slows down our internet." I'm like, "Oh, great." So I just got dressed for no reason. Then I sat there listening to the boys have a chat about what they're doing until 8 o'clock, and they've gone live. The podcast went for an hour and a half. So it was great to talk about stuff, but there was a moment where everything was awesome, asking port questions. We spoke a lot about like my journey, and we had a really good chat about mental health with the guys. And then all of a sudden, one of them goes, "Now, Jared, tell us about the time your voice broke at Adelaide Oval." Thanks for bringing it up.
Fucking hell.
What did you talk about for an hour and a half?
No, it was good, man, because there were 4 dudes there. So it was just about the club. It was kind of like a bit of a Q&A.
Okay.
And then the boys having just a bit of a chat. And that's what we love about podcasts. I've been really listening to a lot of NBA podcasts lately and trying to connect with like some of the hosts of it. Because having like player and personality driven podcasts and content, I think is good because we're spoon fed. Here are experts. These are the people you need to listen to. Well, hold on. Everyone else has an opportunity to create content. So,
oh, wow.
3 sips in.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's real light, this one.
oh
God. It smells like Korea in here now.
We don't want it to be a burping podcast.
Yes, we do.
Can you please put context why it smells like Korea in here?
The reason why it smells like Kim Jong-un's bedroom at the moment is because I had some Korean beforehand because I hadn't eaten all morning. And I was like, well, we're going to have a few beverages. I just want to not get too loose too early.
Exactly. Yeah. Line the stomach.
How'd you go last week with your didn't you have the awards thing? Or it
was a media club thing we went to.
The Friday after work function.
Yeah, I sent you guys the thing, and you guys said
serious. You were checking in on us.
I was
safe, mate.
just had I was at the urinal. Well, I started recording a good one, and then someone walked in, and it was weird that I was weeing in a urinal, recording on the phone, going, "Hey boys, what's up?" And this guy walks in, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool, man." trying to hide the phone.
So you promised us when we did Best Team Men, you tell us about the Dance Music Awards at Westlake.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You got to talk us through this.
What would this be? This would be like the early 2000s, I reckon. And every year, the Dance Music Awards were awesome, right? This is when there was Central Station Records, 618 Records, I think it was here in town as well. And they were booming. If you're a DJ, you'd go there, you spend your weekly wage in the shop. Every song was around about $29 on vinyl, right? So when you're looking at a whole... when DJs are mainly DJing quick sets, right? They're like an hour long. Yeah. So maybe about 10 to 12 tunes, right? Or more, depending on how you mix. And that's a very costly hour when you start looking at $30 per song, right? And very heavy because it's a lot of vinyl. Anyway, that's a different story for another day.
But
the Dance Music Awards,
good segue though.
There was a national one, there was state ones, and the one in Adelaide was always like... back then, there was a lot of rivalry between clubs, right? Yeah. And different clubs are owned by different criminal organisations or associated with it and all that sort of stuff. And that was pretty much, it was like sporting teams essentially, right? Yep. If you're looking at it from that point of view. So the Dance Music Awards would have tables of clubs. So there'd be a Rise table, there would be a Heaven table, there'd be, whatever, a Red Square table, whoever was open at the time. And so I'd go, I was part of Fresh, so I'd go along there and be part of the media table, I guess. And this particular year, it was at Amy Stadium. We thought this is amazing because usually it's at some like shitty little sort of events place that they've gotten for free or contract or whatever. And it was a good night, but it wasn't great. But this place was fantastic. It was like a big convention center. Like it was massive. There was lots of, the DJs you wanted to hang out with, the club owners, everyone was there. And then halfway through the night, the doors just fly open because there was throughout the evening. The tables are yelling at each other. Different clubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So getting a bit.
Say Rise would go up and win an award.
East Side is the best. West Side is
exactly like that, but a bit more violent. A DJ would go up that was representing one club, and then another club would be yelling at them, right? And it was obviously there was a bit of backdoor. There was a bit of backdoor business going on there.
Kanye, Taylor Swift sort of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So it got a bit crazy. They calmed it down. It was all good. So then we just kept on going with the night. Then all of a sudden, 3/4 way through the evening, the doors fly open to the entrance of the convention center, and all these dudes ran in, right? Like big guys. These guys meant business, and they went to a particular table of a club that is no longer around anymore. That's on North Terrace. And anyway, and all we saw from my view was...
You're talking about Sushi Planet?
Yeah. They're still going, I think.
Yeah,
but anyway, all I saw was the big round tables fly up in the air, right? Like someone's like jumped on it, and they've sort of just gone up. And there was a scuffle. And then all you hear is do, 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 do. Oh. And we're just like, what? And people started to scramble. And no one knew what was going on. It was a bit of confusion for a few minutes. And then the guys that came in ran out. And then everyone was told to go to the entrance of the place and like exit. Just get out the front and wait there. A bit like a fire alarm sort of situation, right? So we're all going for the exit, and they're like, no. Those guys that came in, they're out there waiting for all of you. So you've got to go in. So now we've ran all back in. There's like 500 of us, right? All ran back in, and we're all locked. They locked the doors.
How are you going with the running?
Not well. It was in the early days before Orange Theory Fitness.
And is a stitch.
No, I was pretty fit back then. This is like just post swimming days.
Oh, yeah. Just beat Japan.
Yeah, just beat Japan. Yeah. Anyway, so what happened there? So we're all locked in. They're waiting out the front. People have called the police. But then one of the organisers of the event, who owned one of the record stores in Adelaide, came past, and I had a pretty good relationship with him. I was like, let's call him John. I go, John, what's going on, man? And in his hand, he had empty gun shells. Oh, he's like, check this out, Andy. I was like, holy fuck balls. and so he's like, yeah, they ran in, they bashed a couple of guys, and then they pointed the gun at one of the guys and then shot it up in the air, like into the roof.
Were you freaking out?
It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in a traumatic event where your
this podcast.
Yeah, fair call. Your adrenaline takes over, and you just
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes
Until
kind
you
of a
reflect
normal.
on it afterwards.
Yeah, and then like, what the hell? Someone, I think, broke their ankle or twisted their ankle and it got taken away in the ambulance because of the stairs.
I would take that
yes.
over being shot.
Yeah, well, there was just a random chick that was there.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with that table.
Just walking along West Lakes Boulevard and broke her ankle.
But yeah, it was crazy. And then we all went to the after party and was heaps confused. Like, what just happened, guys?
How did anything go on after that? Imagine if you were waiting for you were a Monty to win an award.
I know.
That was to be announced after that, and it never got announced. You'd be filthy.
I'm pretty certain. Yeah, it was obviously cancelled after that.
Wouldn't it be funny if someone was literally at the bar when the shooting happened and go, everyone, let's have shots?
Andy, there's just been a shooting. There has just been a shooting. Sorry, I just thought you guys want a party.
Oh, man. We've had moments like that before where sometimes people don't think about what happens when you do radio for really serious moments. Like you have the moment silence from Anzac Day and then like you're playing Sex on Fire by Kings of Leon.
Oh, yeah. What was the song was that the song that was played after 1 year? And we're like, oh, God, they've stuffed this.
I think so, yeah. So they played a song which was completely...
Remembrance Day?
Like Remembrance Day, and I think it was something like Bang Bang, I Shot You Down, the Nancy Sinatra dance remix.
Yeah, not the greatest song.
Yeah, so we played that straight after. You're like, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, sorry, guys, I auto-scheduled.
Yeah.
Like, that's what happened.
Oh, man. What's the worst thing you've seen in a club? You've seen, mate, heaps of stuff in clubs. So there used to be lots of fights, I guess, but...
Yeah, lots of fights. There's been a few different things. One of the more comical ones was we had at Red Square, we had a big act come in and play, and...
was it Hush?
No, this was on a Saturday night, and so it was so busy. It was so busy that the DJs that were playing after, so just the resident guys that were playing after the main act, had to basically jump over the VIP booths and almost sort of monkey bar into the DJ booth.
Wow.
And the next guy coming in did that and landed on the electrical socket and knocked all the power out.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Yeah, so we had complete silence and darkness for about 2 minutes.
I've got 2 nightclub stories that I'll tell in the next Booze Team Man. Can you remind me?
Yeah, we'll definitely remind you.
Yeah.
What do you think of the beer so far?
I
We're drinking
I
Pirate
really
Life Prison
enjoy
Bar
it.
Ale. Could you have a session on this?
Yeah, I think so. It's really easy to drink. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
You don't drink it and go, "Whoa, that's
It's
strong
not
beer."
overpowering at all.
Not at all.
It's easy.
If you haven't been to... jeepers.
Far out, North Korea. Sorry, guys.
If you haven't been to...
He does have nukes, so I just let one off.
When did Walk in a Box movie next door?
If you haven't been to Pirate Life before, it's awesome. They've got food trucks there now. Rocky's the man who looks after things. It's really cool.
Yeah, I haven't been there since they moved.
I haven't been there ever.
Moved?
It's really cool. No, I'm thinking
about Big Shed.
You think Big Shed moved, but Pirate Life is at in Hindmarsh as well.
It is too.
And they moved to Port Adelaide. Big Shed were in Royal Park, and they've moved pretty close to Royal Park. As it is anyway.
About 200 metres down from Royal Park.
Yeah, but that's really cool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like it. I like the beer. It's nice, apart from the can.
Actually,
You hate Port Adelaide, don't you? You just love Collingwood. You just love Collingwood. You don't hate Port Adelaide, you love Collingwood.
That's right. Yeah.
I interviewed one of the head guys from Pirate Life at the Beer and Barbecue Festival.
You got to quickly. The Beer and Barbecue Festival is just the story that Andy has is remarkable about how we got roped into things.
So at the radio station, back in the day, right, back in the golden era of where there was lots of money around, no budgets, all that sort of stuff, it was great fun, all right? Everyone had lots of fun. When you got booked for gigs, you'd get paid really well. Say if you went to Red Square and did an appearance, right? Jared Walsh doing an appearance at Red Square tonight. All you do is roll up. You might MC if you want to, but you're just there to meet with listeners and stuff. You get paid probably $1,000.
What?
Yeah, that's what.
I never got that.
Yeah.
You're at the Marion Hotel hosting bingo.
I was.
Yeah. When I was a Casanova, I'd have to go to like these appearances with the talent, right, in the early days, and they got paid a shit ton of
That's
money.
the difference. I wasn't the talent. Yeah.
No, you were a talent there. You were in Melbourne, I think, at that time.
Fuck.
Yeah, they were big money here in Adelaide. So back then it was well paid stuff to do extracurricular activities for clients and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was at Nova, it was all about, hey mate, can you go MC 3 days of football? you're doing it for brand awareness for yourself. That was what they would always use. It was never paid because the company, if there was any money involved, it'd go into the advertising spend at the radio station, right? So we'd never see any of it. It's just part of the job.
And what had happened in the whole negotiation process, like Clipsal 500, the negotiation was we'll provide an MC.
Right.
So it's sold to you as saying, hey,
yeah.
this is part of the deal. We can make sure that you're looked after with something. You go, okay, because you feel obligated to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with the Beer and Barbecue Festival, no one was available, so they went to Andy. And
That was Cozzy.
G'day, guys, you well?
Actually, Popey did the Friday night. It was a live stream from Beer and Barbecue Festival where he was going around and talking to the store owners or whatever you want to call them. Jesus, this beer's pretty good. Hey guys, can you taste metal as well? In the beginning. So when it came to my turn on the Saturday, it was I think it was 2 hours of full live streaming on Facebook and social media and stuff. I had a set where I'd sit there. It was very much like Recovery on the ABC, like
that was
with your mate Dylan. And it was like full set. I had a full crew, director in my ear, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I would interview the owners or the people that ran these particular breweries. So like Big Shed, Pirate Life. What's the one with like the science logo?
Yeah.
That one. Anyway, sounds good.
Good input.
Vale Ale?
No.
Good input, Jared.
Anyway, so with Pirate Life.
Little Bang?
Yeah, Little Bang, that's it. Yeah. So I interviewed the guys there, and I would be drinking, like testing their drinks while I was doing it. So the start of the stream, I was heaps sober, and I was like, I'm gonna just have sips out of this one. And by the end of the 2 hours,
his drunk voice is coming up. Yes.
Yeah, and by the end of the podcast, like I'm sitting there interviewing, like, guys, you get many chicks coming in. Party. Geez, I like this pale ale. It's pretty party. No, it wasn't that extreme, but it got to the point where I was pretty hammered. And but the payment for that was like, oh, we'll give you a couple of cartons, right? And I was like,
cheering.
Yeah, all right. That probably works out to be $40. Yeah, cool.
It's pretty similar to 1,000 cash.
Yeah. But there was no mention of like what beer it was or anything like that. They just said the Beer and Barbecue Festival will supply it to you and happy days. And I was like, yeah, why not? A bit of exposure, like you said, and also a few cans for home. So you
ended up with VB, didn't you?
No. At the end, I was like, hey guys, you guys got my beer? Like, and the organizer's like, oh no, we'll organize that later. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, what is it now?
Oh yeah, I just like to work for free for half the day. And then I went and bought merchandise, right, from the brewers that I bought. So I had a Little Bang hoodie, I had a Pirate Life hoodie as well, and a few t-shirts from the other ones. I purchased that out of my own cash. So I was already down by $400 for the day, and I've worked for 2 hours. And so going home, pretty disappointed. And then try to follow up that next week with payment, right? I was like, hey man, where's my beers, man? Where's my beers? And okay, legends. Yeah, look, we're still waiting on the Beer and Barbecue Festival. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, cool. They just said that you'd. Okay, all right. No, that's cool. I'll wait a couple of weeks and get back to you because I know how this place works, right? So then 2 months later, I'm like, hey, mate, you seen that beer come in yet? Oh, yeah, I've just spoken to them. I think they're sending it in. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. It's a Friday. I had nothing else to do but hang out with my mates and drink beers. But I guess I've got to pay for it this time around.
So how many weeks away?
It was fucking 6 months, man. 6 months. And the thing is, it wasn't the beer from the Beer and Barbecue Festival. They gave me fucking Lewis and Lowe beer that they'd made through Nova and that they were holding for like some events. They gave me 1 carton. I took 2 because that's what happens. An eye for an eye. And was never officially paid for it, but I did a magical job that day. Yeah. Lots of fun. And yeah.
He's not bitter at all.
No, not bitter like a bitter.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, boys.
It's been good.
Give us your thoughts on Prison Bar Ale. Give it out of 10.
I'd give it a 9.5.
Yeah.
And I'm a massive fan of the matte black.
Yeah.
Also the Matt Burgess, you know what I'm saying?
The Matty B, the Matty Black and the Matty Burgess.
The can does look smart.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks, guys.